Hey guys, this is K and J.
I'm Jay,
I'm Kyle.
and today we're about to watch Kyle play some Bulletstorm.
Yeah, we got some Bulletstorm in the background for you guys while we talk about recent news about Gears of War being remastered, coming to the next generation consoles or this generation consoles.
Yeah, we've been big gearheads since I don't even know. We've been playing Gears of War since when the first one come out.
I am not sure, but right now when we're recording Bulletstorm, this Bulletstorm came out in 2011, and I'm recording this in 2015. Yeah.
I remember a while ago. I think since we're seniors now, I think when it was freshman year, I played this game because I just knew it was made by the same company that made Gears of War. This came out before Gears of War 3.
Yes, because this had the Gears of War 3 beta for the Gears of War 3 beta. It
Yeah.
came bundled, and that's probably the reason why most people bought Bulletstorm is because the beta was included, and that's probably why it got most of the sales. If it didn't even have the Gears of War 3 beta in it, this game probably would have not done as well as it has.
Yeah, I mean, it is a really good game. I remember I played it, but there was one point where fucking it kept glitching out, and I just couldn't get past that one part. And I remember going back. It was a lot different than a lot of first-person shooters, especially at the time. I mean, it was all Call of Duty and Battlefield, and they're really generic. And actually, I remember there was a demo for on the PC for this game. It was called like Duty Calls or something like that, and it was like a really boring first-person shooter, and like it was just a complete satire of just generic COD and those type of games, and just made complete fun of them because there's no life in those games. There's no fun. There's no difference. Like this game, you can kick people in the walls and watch them explode.
I guess you could say this game was trying to be new in a sense, where it did add the whip, but eventually it does get repetitive like most first-person shooters. But you at least have to give it a chance for trying to be different. But you can only go different for so long and actually imply something different in the game. Like with Gears of War, even though it was just a lancer, you'd run shotgun sometimes and then a chainsaw, but you were given so many options to play during the campaign. This you would mostly have to whip, or it would just get boring no matter what.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I don't really remember the story for Bulletstorm. I think it's just this grizzled dude, badass Clint Eastwood like guy,
Yeah.
and he just goes around in his little space crew, and they land on some crazy fucked up planet, and I think I remember there's like the typical bad guys, bandits, evil plant life, some monsters, and some marauders, whatever, what have you. But Gears, I really love the story. The Locust, the underground invasion, E-Day, the Cog, and all that just is really appealing. I feel like it was a really unique game, especially at the time. I don't remember any sci-fi third-person shooters that even compare to Gears.
No, Gears probably like industrialized the third-person shooter era, and where Spec Ops on the line came through, and that's how they came with their third-person shooting, which Gears of War probably made so popular because they made it so successful. And with Gears of War's coming with the news of being remastered, and E3 right around the corner, that I'm really excited. Even though we might only get the first Gears of War, I'm still excited to play on this generation's consoles because we have had like no games. Plus, this guy's glitching out already, but we're having no games whatsoever, and I'm excited to have one of my favorite franchises coming back to the console I'm playing on now.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a lot better to have Gears on the Xbox One instead of hopping onto the 360. I know it's a pain in the ass for you because you have to unhook your fucking one, then hook your Xbox 360 back up to the television. It's a pain, and it's still one of our favorite games. I poured fucking probably a year of my life into the franchise at this point. I'm prestige in every single game. I have every achievement in Gears of War 1, and I'm missing one in Gears of War 2, which haunts me to this fucking day.
Yeah, the Gears of War 2. I remember. I don't know if I was playing with you or one of my other friends. We were doing it on Insane, but then I got lagged out and I got back into the lobby, and then I was continuing on normal without me knowing it. So I never got to beat the campaign itself on Insane, which pisses me off to this day. And I wish I could go back, but I really don't want to. Now this game is coming out in the next gen. Maybe I can finally beat it on Insane, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Um, I think it's cool if it comes to the current gen because I know the Gears of War community itself is really cool, and it's a lot of dedicated guys. And I've met people in random places wearing my Gears of War 3 shirt, and it's just they come up to me and they're like, "Wow, dude, that's a cool shirt. Do you play Gears? What level are you, or what's your favorite character? Typical small talk about a video game, but still, it's cool to know that people out there are playing the same game and they care about it and they want to see it come to new consoles as well. And I haven't run into any like little douche kids, the Call of Duty. You run into those little fucking I'll fuck your mom kids and
Yeah,
shit
the
like that.
typical 12-year-old kids who only talk shit over Xbox or
Yeah.
even the PlayStation, and their community is completely trash. But the Gears of War community is self-sustained, and where we can run itself, and then we have not that many like hackers. But then some people do exploit every game, but you can't really help that.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't know, I really just I've met people, through that game that are still, I still play Xbox with them to this day, even from the 360 to the Xbox One, and we're playing Mortal Kombat now, or we play The Witcher 3 together, and we talk to each other about the campaign, which is actually a really good game as well. But I would just really love to see Gears come to current gen, and I think it would be a great time, revisiting all that.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I'm very excited for this year's E3 when they're finally going to announce about the Gears of War remastered. Because I have a quote here from Digital Trends. Ferguson says that Gears of War fans should be sure to tune into Microsoft's E3 press conference on Monday, June 15th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So obviously they're going to announce something Gears of War related. If it's just the first game or it's like a Marcus Phoenix collection, but they denied that let's say theory. But hopefully, if they do remaster all the Gears of War trilogy, not Gears of War Judgment, because I don't count that as a Gears of War, because that was stupid. I hated that game. Did you like that game?
You know, a lot of our friends really hated that fucking game, and it was. I'll agree. It was not. It was not half as good as Gears 3. The gameplay, it felt completely different to me. It was too fast, way too fast for a Gears game. The health was just ridiculously low. The whole thing to me about Gears 3 that was really appealing to me was I felt like there was almost a level of skill you needed to compete within that community because it's not just a twitch shooter. You don't just first one to see wins, you take cover, you flank with your friends, you have the health and the maneuvering ability with the rolling and the cover system that you can avoid and escape a firefight or get your friend to get your back. It was a great tactical game, even though it's just a typical action, beefy beat 'em up like just douchebag game. It seems like on the outside, but it honestly is really fun and takes some talent. Well, not talent, but like mental ability to succeed. And I thought it was a lot different than all the typical multiplayer games. Just Twitch shooters, just award you with like kill streaks, but you die a million times. I don't know. I just find that annoying. And that's what Judgment kind of turned into. You just die right away, and it's just a shit game. I didn't even remember the storyline. I don't even feel like it felt anything really Gearsy.
Yeah, bringing back the mental point of Gears and Gears multiplayer itself. I remember sometimes when we play Guardian, and when you are the leader or the leader of the team, like you would have some people watching your back. You would have on the map River. You would have the sniper cross to the other leader, and it's just moments like that. You appreciate games. You appreciate teams actually coming together to win the objective, and like games like Call of Duty, you have people either going after the objective or just going after kills, and sometimes it can just splits like that in middle of the game. But it's like Gears, you had a consistent base, like you know what your role is, where to go on the map, how to get there quickest, and if even though you didn't have to wall jump to get there as quick, you tried your hardest, even though you might not have been good or not, you still pretty much enjoyed the game. And with the gore itself, it had the most detailed or like out of nowhere expectations of you run up to a person, chainsaw them without even noticing, and you even get startled by it sometimes. I know I did. And the mortar shots from I forget that map. It had the security. That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah,
And you would run to the mortars. You would try to shoot it into like the little outpost where the guardian or the leaders camped. And that's my favorite memories of just trying to like stick together as a team and win. Do you have any favorite memories of Gears?
yeah. My favorite moment of any Gears game was the. I mean, well, Guardian, the leader would die and your lives would run out. So it's basically a search and destroy for Call of Duty. For any Gears fans that, or for anyone that doesn't know what Gears is, um, basically your leader would die, and it would just be you and your team left. Now, while your leader's alive, you have unlimited respawns. The goal is to kill the other team's leader and then eliminate the whole team. My favorite memories were when our leader was dead and their leader was still alive, and it was just like me and the three other people. You know, they die off, and it's just me, and their whole team's alive, and I end up killing everyone and winning the match for my team. You know, that's clutching in Gears was literally the best feeling, and I feel like that goes for any competitive game really. If you just come back out of nowhere and get that clutch victory, you feel good, and I think that's a really amazing thing that video games can do for you. You know, it's just an easy way to entertain yourself and meet people. And I think video games should get a lot more credit for bringing people together and the way they entertain people, like more than it gets right now. So I feel like some people still look down on gamers and think like that community is not that cool. But I've met a lot of cool people through gaming, and we just went to PAX, and how was that?
PAX was awesome. It was our first PAX that we went to. It was a shame that we only got the Sunday passes, but from Sunday we saw a lot of different games, a lot of indie games, and seeing how far we came from when the first Gears came out, probably around 2005, and where we are now, and see how the generation has picked up so much, and see how much we can do with video games. It's becoming basically an art form, and it's not like modernized art where you just have like a white canvas and say it's a Christmas tree, which I saw in a museum one time. And that was stupid. But now with gaming, I think it's a form of art how you express yourselves. But with the remastered, I sometimes I'm getting sick of these remasters. Like Halo didn't have a problem with, but then they end up having a shitty version of it. But I'm glad that they're finally bringing Gears back to the next generation or this generation. I keep messing that up. And I'm just glad to see it finally come. And then once they announce or show leaks of if they're making a new Gears, hopefully not like Judgment, and they're continuing off Gears of War 3, then I'll be blasted as a gamer. I'll be super satisfied. And what else could I wish for in gaming?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Gears a lot. I just want to talk about PAX for a little bit. I really enjoyed PAX. That was probably one of the best weekends of my life, to be honest. Like, I mean, I went down there with you, and you've been my best friend since we were fucking 3 years old. And we stayed in a hotel in Boston. It was PAX East, and I don't know who any of you guys watched and went, but I thought it was just really, really awesome to see. You know, I don't. How many people do you think were there? Thousands.
Probably over 25,000.
Easily, I think easily over 25,000 because it's the conventional center in Boston. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called,
Yeah.
and that whole floor was literally shoulder to shoulder filled, and I think that just goes to show like gaming is not just something people sit on the couch and do anymore. It's not just something that people pick up at the store. I mean, granted, yes, some people do just like go to the game store and pick up like a fucking FIFA and just sit down and play with their friends once a weekend or whatever have you. But sometimes like people are starting to take gaming more and more seriously, and I feel like a lot of people are starting YouTube careers and like doing let's plays and live streaming and becoming professional gamers, and the community's coming together a lot more because the online it just realistically, I mean, it doesn't feel like it to us because we grown up with the new generation of gaming and the online and everything, but online gaming was kind of a recent invention. Am I correct or no?
It's hasn't been recent in years. I think it got more. It was newer around probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years ago is when it actually started kicking off. Probably Call of Duty 4 was probably brought it to the surface as much as possible. And the Call of Duties, I got to give like Call of Duty like accreditation for actually bringing multiplayer to the surface and having it enjoyable. But then with seeing how many people are at PAX and be like, I actually might have played with some of these people,
Yeah,
and maybe we talked online, who knows? But just seeing this certain amount of like the certain type of people all gathered in a purpose, and no one's judging you for
yeah,
what you
yeah,
like.
definitely. I really agree with you 100% right there. I thought it was so cool to have people so passionate about gaming and about about what it stands for and about coming together, and no one cares, you know. It's not like, and I'm gonna talk about high school because me and you were obviously well, we're about to leave, but you know, in high school it's like people care so much, and even in society, you know, people care about the mainstream and about, you know, what's cool to wear, what's cool to do, what is everyone up to, comparing yourself to others. But really, if you're just yourself and you're passionate about what you do, and you do what you want to do in life, and you're happy, that's all that really matters. And those people at PAX, I feel like they were all genuine, unique, normal people, you know. And some of them are just as fucking weird people from Borderlands and psychos and little claptrap things, and you know, and people from the city or like other people that don't understand gaming might look at them and look down at them and be like, what are those weirdos doing in Boston, or what are those weird people doing? Why are they gathering? You know what I mean? Like, oh, gather the fucking freaks. But it's just really cool because those people don't care. You know, they're happy. They play video games. You all play video games. You all come together. You all came to have a good time. You know, you're making small talk with all those people, and they don't care what you're wearing. They don't care where you've been, where you're from. They know you like gaming. They like gaming. You're there for one reason, and you're all having a great time. And it's like, what else matters? You know, like I would rather be a part of that community than be a part of people who think they're cool and, you know, making money and whatever, what have you, but are unhappy inside and miserable. Like, I'd rather be a fucking nerd to everyone else and just be happy with myself. Like, all those people, like, they were really cool, and I really loved that experience. I really would go again as soon as I could, you know.
Yeah, we would obviously try our hardest to go to either PAX Prime or even E3, but with so much stuff going on right now with us trying to go into college,
Yeah.
and it'll be a shame we won't be probably going for another few years because we're really on that college budget. Um, and it was great. It was a great time. It was good to see all the people, like you said, and seeing how different we are, or like us gamers are, to I guess the community, because you could see just that one little bridge from our hotel that separated the convention center from actual city of Boston, how different people were. And just like you walk in the city, people are getting drunk at bars. You go across the bridge, people are talking about video games. And
Yeah.
it was like, wow, you can see how different the world is in a matter just of a street. And it was just, and then when we were going into our hotel, we could see how people were playing. Was it Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, they were playing Magic the Gathering literally at the tables.
Yeah, they were practicing for the tournament that was going to go on in PAX East, which was, I don't judge them. I'm not into that, but if they're down for it and they're good at it, let them do it. And me and you were pretty good at Gears. I wouldn't say we're MLG Pro, but
MLG 360 no scope.
but I enjoy it, and I think I do pretty well. And when we get our friends together and we play, we have a good time, and we kill bitches.
Kill bitches. Wise words of Kyle. That's what you need to learn, kids. You need to learn to kill bitches. No, but seriously, you know, me and you and our friends, you know, we play that game and we escape the world for a little bit, and I feel like that's a great feeling, and it's a great thing to just sit down for a few hours with your best friends and play a video game that you like, and all those people understand, and I think it just, I don't know. I don't want to get into talking about the world and society and how humans think and how, you know, judgmental people are and all that, but I'm just saying it was a great time, and you really could see a difference in the city, especially since there's such a variety of people there. And I don't know, it was just really good to see. It was just really good to see, like, all those genuine people out there, and
Yeah, like we don't want to get into the conversation of saying how different people are and stuff. We'll save that for another video. But this video is starting to come down to an end, and I didn't record enough as much as I wanted to and how we speak. But I'm just, once again, I'm pretty excited for Gears, or games that I played in the past, to come to this generation's consoles and or PC if Microsoft wants to bring it to the PC again. I know that what pretty was terrible with Windows Live. That was awful. Um, yeah, it was just, hopefully they don't screw everything up. It's gonna run in 60 frames per second, and hopefully it runs as smooth as Gears did on the 360. And
hopefully it plays like Gears 30.
yeah, definitely it should. If it doesn't, that'll be such a screw up on Microsoft's point.
Dude, if it plays like Judgment, you might as well just fucking you might as well recall the game and just save your money, because honestly, no one's gonna play that fucking game. You can see, we've both played Judgment and I've gone back to Gears within like the recent month, and Judgment, and the servers for Gears still have about 6,000 people in each playlist, and the Judgment has about 500 in each playlist. So that just goes to show which game is actually just good and which one is just fucking trash. So hopefully, the new one plays like Gears 3, and I think there's really nothing to change. And I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if it's a rumor or not. Kyle's done more research than me. I'm just hearing from him. I'm pretty excited either way. There's a few games I'm excited. I'm excited for Elder Scrolls. Are you excited for the Elder Scrolls?
I'm more excited for the Batman that comes out, and I was trying to get into Elder Scrolls with Skyrim. I enjoyed playing it, but I'm not too excited about the actual whole online multiplayer type thing. I'm more into the single player aspect of games. But if we get a couple people to play, and I'll be down to have like a whole squad. We can roll as a squad on Skyrim. But without a squad, I'm more excited for the Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Batman too. I hope it's more like Arkham City, cause what was the most recent one?
Origins.
Yeah, Origins was good. Don't get me wrong, and that Deathstroke boss battle was really fucking good. I thought that was one of the best boss battles in Batman. But I didn't think it had as much content as Arkham City, and that little nooks and crannies and everything was so good in Arkham City, and there was so much to do, and there was a lot to do in Arkham Origins. It just kind of felt like a copy and paste to me, and it wasn't as good. I don't know. Hopefully, what's the new one called? I have no idea.
Arkham Knight, I think. Yeah, Batman Arkham Knight.
I mean, yeah, that looks really good. They have like the Batmobile and shit in there. Um, what other new games are there? I mean, I'm playing The Witcher 3. You didn't get it, but I always like those kind of RPG games. You can just adventure and do quests and whatever. You just waste some time, waste your nights away. Probably put like 50 hours into that game right now. Uh, Evolve was a complete letdown. Evolve was shit. Assassin's Creed needs to really stop producing games, or Ubisoft needs to stop making Assassin's Creed games because they're really just horrible.
And what's this one that are bullets in the background? And even though I have this pretty good PC, this game is looking pretty good on my PC. Like you said with Assassin's Creed, I'm pretty actually excited for the newest one. For the story itself, the gameplay looks exact the same, but the story, I'm pretty excited for that. There's not many other games I'm actually excited for. Actually, scratch that. Fallout 4, pretty fucking excited.
That's not true. That's not coming out.
Okay, all right. All right, I think we should start wrapping up because I don't want us to just talk over a black screen.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We just wanted to talk to you guys about Gears of War, get your opinions on that, and
Guys, thanks so much for listening for us to ramble on about games and how the community is and how society is sees us different as gamers. But thanks once again, guys, for listening, and see you guys in the next video.
peace.